or I'm going to take you behind the scenes of my latest acquisition right now in 25 with the current interest rates and show you why you can make it work in any market. I'm making it work as the end buyer from the wholesalers right here in Phoenix. And Phoenix is one of the hottest, most competitive markets anywhere in the US. So if I can do it in Phoenix, you can do it anywhere. In fact, I just had a very close friend of mine use the system in LA. Unbelievable. It worked amazing. He was able to minimize his out of pocket, maximize return on equity. It was insane. So if you can do it in LA, I can do it in Phoenix. It can be applied anywhere. But I'm going to show you behind the scenes how I bought it from the wholesalers and then show you, if you were the wholesaler, what you should have done with the deal. Of course, we're using the best system in the game. There is not a better system out there for buying real estate. I don't care what it is. This is the best. And of course, as always, the proof is in the numbers. So I will show you behind the scenes what I did. Now, if you look right here, this was a blast to the world for everyone to see. So you can see it was blasted for $184,999. ARV, which is the after repair value, they are estimating the wholesalers $350,000. Decent spread. Thought it was a 3-1, whatever, 1,000 foot. And the reason they only listed 1,000, they did have an unpermitted addition. So it's actually more. But this was a blast. So here's why it was so cheap. It was no pictures, no access, right? So you have to, on occasion, deal with some squatters or whatever to get them out. Whatever, it doesn't scare me. After a little negotiating, I negotiated a price of $174,500. So I'm going to show you the settlement statement, how I bought it. Look at this. The wholesaler had it at $130,000. They thought they did so well because if you look right here, the two assignments, $44,500 assignment fee to give it to me, the end buyer. Now they're thinking they're winning because they're making $44,000, but no, I'm going to show you who ends up benefiting at the end. And of course, the way you structure it is with the best system in the game, the Diamond Wealth real estate system. Now, why it is different, by now you should know, is we overfund on the front end of the loan, take the money out, tax-free because it's a loan, and then we're going to use the new appraised value of $350,000, which is very, very accurate in this case. And then we're just going to recycle the money real quick. So if you look here, the initial loan is $240 on a $130. So I'm getting paid $68,582 to buy it. Absolutely incredible. Now, the $5,000 is my own money, so we're not going to count that. So if you look right here, my realistic cash back, $63,582.22. The reason is we have some closing costs of $1,917. So really not bad. I'm getting paid to buy this asset. Now, I'm going to have to deal with some, like I said, get rid of the squatters, clean it out, and then, of course, remodel it. Now, my projected cost with everything is $80,000. I have already removed them. It is now vacant, and it is beautiful. Actually, just by doing that, cleaning it out, being vacant, I have already added about, who knows, $30,000, $40,000 worth of equity just by doing that. Now, even the professional wholesalers didn't want to deal with it because the more headaches you have, the dirtier it looks, the more upside potential you'll have. Unlike your MLS deals, your retail deals that you want them clean, well, then you're not going to have any spreads because we always teach having cash flow and having equity day one. A lot of these self-proclaimed gurus or whatever, they're buy from negative cash. Absolutely insane. Unless you have some business that brings you a lot of money and you don't care, you can't only buy for equity growth. You need cash flow and equity. At the end of the day, cash flow is what matters. So let's see if I show you what it looked like. The only pictures I had, let's see. This was the outside, one of them. This is the other one. As you can see, some cars, RV, that's the neighbors. And that's it. What I did like, but if you look at this picture, what I did like, look at the stucco, nice stucco. Now the bars and the windows, of course, we're going to get rid of them. It's an insurance risk because in the event of a fire, you can't escape. Obviously, roof needs replacing, but from this is all I can see. Couldn't go in, no access, and just a little bit of pictures. Didn't scare me. It worked out amazing. Foundation was good. It's a real house, and I can't wait to see what we do with it. Should be done in a few weeks. But this is how fast you can apply the system, and it works every time. As long as you know your market, know your product, know your tenant, it's going to pencil out just fine. Now, I am projecting total cost about $80,000 for this one, a little more than my usual, only because you're going to have some additional holding costs and some legal fees, which honestly weren't that bad. I only have to pay about $1,000, not even, to get them out and deal with all of that. So totally worth it. And we're estimating 80,000. Now, my estimated out of pocket 16,417 to hold this asset. Unbelievable. I could have very easily upped my initial loan instead of 240, make it 260 and gotten paid to buy it. But at 16,000, I'm very, very happy to own this amazing, beautiful asset, of course, when we're done with it. So ARV, after repair value, we're projecting 355. My guess is going to come in at 370. The market's been so hot, but we're going to go with 355. Now, here's the equity. 115, which is 355 minus 240 loan. But the real equity is the equity minus your out-of-pocket expense, which is 60,417. So it's going to be 98,582. Now look at the return on equity. 600%. Where else can you go in and day one having 600% return on equity? And this is every single house. Unbelievable. This is me buying, if that's you, the wholesaler, but I am the end buyer. As you can see, this deal was blasted out for the whole world to see. Nobody wanted to deal with the headaches. I'm not afraid. I love it because that's where the money is at. Now, when we refinance, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this new appraised value, we're going to refinance, we're going to get it appraised, and we're going to go through the traditional lenders. I have to go DSCR because I can't do Fannie Freddie's anymore. You max them out. You can only do 10 at one time. So, but DSCR is not bad, 7.25%. And PITI, which is the with a full impounded account, tax, and insurance, my payment is going to be $2,042. Now, extremely conservative rent right here is $2,700, which means the net cash flow is $658, or just shy of $8,000 annually. Now, the cash on cash is not as impressive as some of my other deals, but it's still 48%. You can't go anywhere else 48% cash on cash, in addition to having return on equity 600%. Remember, there's 7 ways of making money in real estate. Number 1, I got paid to buy it tax-free. Then you have return on equity, cash on cash. And one of my other favorite ways of making money is depreciation. Look at this, $660.47 depreciation. Now, how do you calculate that? Well, you take your basis, and the basis is going to be the loan amount, because you can count that. And then you're going to put in what you put out of pocket, which is $16,417. And you have to do some land allocation. Now, the reason you can't depreciate land, because land is forever. Easy math. I'm just going to go 85% on this one. And then you divide it by 330 months, which is 27 and a half years. But we want to know the monthly amount. So look at this. $660.47, and my cash flow is $658. It is literally tax-free money. Free money in perpetuity. And then one day this is going to appreciate to over 400. The loan's going to get paid down, and then you can 1031 exchange into 3 others. And this one house, literally one house, can change the trajectory of your future, financial future, just by one little house. Absolutely amazing tax-free money. It actually creates a little bit of a tax loss, paper loss. That's why we love real estate, mainly because depreciation and all the other ones, flexibility and everything else. Now, I want to show you, if you're the wholesaler, okay, what the wholesalers did is they just took the assignments right here, and they thought they were living the dream. Hey, we made 44,000. Let's go party, whatever. Great idea, but what if you use the same system, the best system in the game, and you applied it into your business? I'm going to show you how you can get paid more and keep the house and make money and have infinite wealth. Well, let's see the wholesale numbers. $130,000 the purchase. Now they're not going to pay any assignments. Closing costs, we're going to assume the same. And you're going to use the same loan using the Diamond Wealth real estate system at 240, which means they're going to get paid $108,082. So we're going to assume the same 80,000 for fixing it, getting rid of them, etc. Look at this. Not only are you going to keep the house, which is going to be worth $355, you're going to get paid $28,082. Unbelievable. So option one was 44. Let's see. Option one, I'm just going to put it right here. Option one on the assignments was 44,500. Now, this is fully taxed. It's a job. Wholesaling is a job. I don't care. I don't care what you think it is. It's a job. You have to keep hustling assignments in order to make money. This right here, holding the asset, is the one that really wins. Holding the asset is the hardest thing to do. Anybody that tells you otherwise, any wholesaler is like, oh, I don't keep houses because I don't want to. No, it's because they can't. Nobody that can will not do it because you have to have bankability. Your credit has to be on point. There's a lot that goes in. You have to be organized. You can't be a mess. Different discussion, but 44.5. Now, let's assume they had sales guys and they had costs to run, and we're going to do some office expenses. So let's say $10,000 of expenses, which means we're down to $34,500 of profit on this deal, just for purposes of our discussion. So $34,500, but here we're going to be left with $28,082 completely tax-free. And then, of course, you're going to enjoy the benefits of cash flow, equity, and everything else. Now, I'm assuming you're a very good wholesaler, so you're performing at a high level. We're going to say you're at 40% tax. So you're going to take this times 0.6. The reason it's 0.6, we're removing 40% taxes. See how much money is left. $20,700. Look at this. $20,700 is what is going to be left for you as the wholesaler on this one, instead of getting paid $28,082. So not only are you making $8,000 more, but it's going to be tax-free. You're going to enjoy cash flow for the rest of your life, having equity, and one day you're going to 1031 exchange this into 3 other beautiful properties using the same system. So this one house can grow into 7 figures in just a few short years. Now, the reason I say return on equity is infinite. How can you quantify returns when you have no money out of your own pocket into the deal? You really can't. It is infinite if you're the wholesaler. Now, I'm the end buyer, so I'm going to have some. I minimize it. And you here would be completely cash on cash, can't even be quantified. So same cash flow, same everything, infinite returns. And you're going to still get paid more than if you just took the assignment fee. So don't listen to them. The assignment fees are attractive, whatever, to keep the lights on. You have to wholesale some, but the best ones, especially these ones with the bigger spreads, it is your duty to keep them and grow your portfolio unless you want to keep chasing assignments forever. So now I've shown you this before, but I'm showing you again in 2025. Now the interest rate 7.25. I was doing this when there were 3%, 4%, 5%, 7.25. It doesn't matter. The deal is on the purchase. And obviously I'm going to win. I'm already winning. 16,000 is absolutely nothing to own this. Having my 600% return on equity, my cash on cash, and it is incredible. And that's why the Diamond Wealth real estate system, it is number one. Now, don't be on the sidelines getting the game prices. I mean, I just saw something. The median price of real estate is over 400,000. We specialize. You got to buy way below the median, so you have that gap, you have that spread on the purchase. Don't be afraid, because otherwise it's going to pass you by. It's going to get harder and harder to get in. You just have to get in, even with just one house, and then it's going to slowly start compounding. So you see this, it works in 25. It's going to work in any year, any market. And we're going to get a lot more. I'm very excited about 25. And let's go get it.